Inevitable question any parent asks their children when they are young is, what do you want to be when you grow up? I could never come up with an answer, and eventually came to dislike when people asked me because I could never choose. How was I supposed to only pick one interest to pursue? Could I even be satisfied only pursuing one of my hobbies? Why did I have to choose it all? My name is Grace Jordan, and I'm going to share how I've finally come up with a more definite answer to these questions that were rampant in my childhood. To begin, my high school years were filled with lots of concern regarding my eventual journey to college, as I was the kid who enjoyed every subject in school. I had no specific passion for any subject, I just liked them all. The prospect of choosing a major and being stuck in a single career dampened my excitement for my future. I resigned myself to simply pick a major that would satisfy me and that paid well. I had my list of colleges that I was going to apply to, and although I wasn't enthusiastic about any of my choices, I had accepted that I would have to become passionate about the major that I chose, and that was enough for me to settle for. The remarkable apathy I felt toward college changed, however, when I found Northeastern University. Northeastern offered the solution to my problem, a whole program dedicated to helping students decide what major they wanted to pursue, giving them full access to most intro courses in any department. I was sure that this was the school where I wanted to go. Before I knew it, summer was over, and my fall semester was about to begin. Over the summer, I had narrowed down my interests into 3 majors that I wanted to choose to explore: architecture, for my love of design; engineering, for my enjoyment of logical problem solving; and computer science, for my delight in technology and computers. With my classes chosen, my things packed, and my goodbyes said, I flew out to Boston and readied myself for my first college semester. Classes began with an abruptness I wasn't quite ready for, so I had to learn quickly and adapt, both to my new life and where I was living, and the coursework itself. Boston was entirely unfamiliar to me, as was living in the city, and far away from my family on the West Coast. I was completely on my own, living with a stranger, surrounded by the unfamiliar. After about 3 weeks into the semester, I was finally feeling a bit more settled. The syllabuses became my guide for the courses, and my planner an invaluable resource that was nigh impossible to live without. I was also making strides in eliminating majors to pursue, as I was already disliking my computer science course due to the material, and found myself enjoying my engineering class a lot. I still had no idea what I wanted to major in, but as the semester continued, I definitively crossed computer science off my list, as I had no love for the course or the future prospect of sitting down and coding in an office all day. Through my enjoyment of my engineering and architecture courses, I discovered that I wanted a hands-on career, as I am a visual learner and really enjoy projects with physical, tangible results. The thought of designing and solving problems in the real world excited me much more than software development. I really struggled with deciding between engineering and architecture, as I was so unsure of my own love for mathematics that I was afraid of trying to go the engineering route. On the other hand, I wasn't confident that I could enjoy a career in architecture, because it would not require me to use much science, which has always been my favorite subject. As I wrestled between these 2 majors, I watched every YouTube that I could on each career, examining the pros and cons of both. What ended up being exceptionally helpful was my interview with my engineering professor, as he told me that good engineers aren't necessarily great at math, nor do they have to love it, but they are great at problem solving. This, along with the college conversations that I attended that gave me more information about the diversity of the career, got me pretty excited about engineering. What also helped was the fact that I couldn't continue exploring architecture for another semester, as the requirements were too steep to be focused on both course-intensive majors, so I ended up eliminating architecture from my list. Now, going into the spring semester, I have chosen classes that will hopefully nail in my decision to pursue engineering, and narrow down an engineering field to declare into. I have also decided to pick up a music minor. I found that I do not need to completely drop my creative side while pursuing a career that relies on my logical thinking, and I can still work hard on my hobbies and interests outside of my career. College, and exploring majors specifically, has taught me perseverance. Being patient with my own growth, and accepting that my path doesn't need to be linear or resemble anyone else's, has been important to be comfortable with my choices. Although I don't have anything figured out yet, and even if I have yet to be passionate about engineering, I know that eventually things will fall into place as they're meant to. Now, in the present, I know that I have much to look forward to in the future. This semester has been truly like no other, but I am grateful for the challenges it's presented, and the opportunity for growth that has occurred. I know that each semester will bring me closer to my goal of deciding my future career, and will affirm the choices that I have made now. My name is Grace Jordan, and thank you for listening to my Explore program journey.